Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of the latest Tesla news. Today we take a look at what investors are looking for in Tesla's earnings report. Let's get into the video. Here are 8 things investors will be looking for in Tesla's earnings report. Tesla is the most secretive automaker on the planet, so investors are always eager to pore through its quarterly report and conference call, when they finally can get more than tweet-sized morsels of information. The last 2 quarterly results have disappointed them. Shares have fallen nearly 30% from their record high set just ahead of its 4th quarter report in late January, with more than a third of that slide in share price taking place since the company reported 1st quarter results in April. So whether the best performing stock of 2020 can get back on track will depend greatly on what investors hear Monday evening, when Tesla releases its 2nd quarter results. Here are the top issues they'll be looking at. How are things going in China? Unlike other automakers, Tesla normally reports only global numbers, and doesn't break down sales by country or market. But if it wants to assure investors, it may need to give details on its sales in China, which is not only the largest market for all auto sales but also the major market with the greatest share of sales going to EVs. Tesla was hit by widespread reports of safety problems in China, including the recall of almost all cars made at its Shanghai factory and a protest by Tesla owners at the Shanghai Auto Show in April. The China growth stories is the top of the list for Tesla, said Dan Ives, tech analyst with Wedbush Securities and a Tesla bull. This is their key market. We believe 40% of their sales will come from there next year. I think that's the linchpin to the stock going up or down. Although Chinese sales of EVs from other automakers are reportedly growing, Tesla's China sales fell 9.2%, according to stats cited by Gordon Johnson of GLJ Research, an analyst who is one of Tesla's harshest critics. It seems clear Tesla has a China demand problem, he wrote in a recent note. Weak 2nd quarter 2021 China domestic sales likely translate into weak 2nd quarter earnings for Tesla. How did it make its profits? Analysts surveyed by Refinitiv expect Tesla to report adjusted income of more than $1 billion for the 2nd straight quarter, and net income of about $650 million. Both would be records for the company, and would mark the 8th straight quarterly profit after years of losses. But Tesla critics point out that its net income has never exceeded the money it gets from selling regulatory tax credits to other automakers for whom EV sales are a very small percentage of their overall sales. Those other automakers use the credits they purchase from Tesla to meet environmental standards, thus avoiding large fines. Tesla got $518 million from those sales in the 1st quarter, but even Tesla admits it can't count on those sales to continue as other automakers start to sell more of their own EVs. The company's critics say it is proof that Tesla can't make money just from selling cars. If its net income finally does exceed those credits, as the estimates suggest, it will be a significant milestone for the company, I've said. That would throw one of the core bear arguments against the stock out the window, he said. What's going on with its Bitcoin holdings? In February, Tesla disclosed it used some of its cash on hand to purchase $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. In April, it disclosed that it has sold some of those holdings and booked net income of $101 million from its crypto trading, adding to the argument that the company doesn't make money actually selling cars. The Bitcoin transactions made some investors nervous, said Ives, especially since the cryptocurrency has lost more than a third of its value since then. What's going on with supply chain issues? The entire global auto industry is struggling with a computer chip shortage. With other automakers ramping up production of their own EVs, Tesla now has greater competition for the raw materials that make up large EV batteries, such as lithium. In May, Musk tweeted that Tesla had to raise the price of its cars because of rising raw material costs. The outlook for raw material prices and the supply of parts such as chips and batteries will be a key to investors' expectations about Tesla's sales the rest of this year. What's going on with new plants in Texas and Germany? Tesla has a track record of getting new plants up and running much faster than traditional automakers. It has a plant under construction near Austin, Texas, which will build the Model Y SUV and eventually the Cybertruck pickup, as well as another near Berlin to serve the European market, where it is losing ground on EV sales to Volkswagen. Having 2 plants under construction simultaneously is the most ambitious expansion ever for Tesla, and the outlook for when the plants will be up to speed will be a key to investor expectations going forward. Tesla said in April it expected both plants to have limited production later this year and volume production in 2022. It did not spell out what that means. What's the latest on the Cybertruck? With a number of established automakers such as Ford, and General Motors, GM, on the verge of selling their own electric pickups, it's important that Tesla get the Cybertruck, its first pickup, into consumers' hands soon. In January, Musk said he was expecting volume production in 2022. Then in March he tweeted update probably in Q2. He said the focus now was getting the Texas plant finished, calling that job a beast. Investors are anxious to get that update. What are plans to open Tesla's superchargers to other automakers' EVs? This past week, Musk said in a tweet that we're making our supercharger network open to other EVs later this year. As is often the case when he makes news via tweet, there were no details to help investors assess the business impact of such a move. It could be significant. By 2030, we conservatively estimate Tesla's supercharging revenue of $2.9 billion, a figure which does not include any revenue from non-Tesla vehicles, wrote Morgan Stanley auto analyst Adam Jonas in a note following the tweet. Musk will almost certainly be asked about the plans to open the network to other companies' cars during the conference call. What's the outlook for full self-driving cars? This is one reason Tesla shares have so greatly outperformed traditional auto stocks, the belief of investors that it is closer to offering full self-driving cars, or FSD, than any other companies. Musk keeps promising advances for versions of FSD in his tweets. And Tesla CFO Zachary Kirkhorn spoke on the last earnings call about the potential for significant revenue from drivers who pay for FSD on a subscription basis. But so far FSD has been more promise than reality. Investors will be eager to hear the latest outlook, and for the revenue that Tesla hopes to gain from it. Tesla's FSD Beta version 9 released on Nikola Tesla's birthday, 5 initial reviews. The highly anticipated and long-awaited Tesla FSD Beta version 9 is finally here. The new update began rolling out to members of Tesla's full self-driving beta program during the wee hours of the early morning. This allowed for those of us who slept through the newsworthy event to wake up to videos and photos of the newest version of FSD Beta, V9. The excitement of the beta testers made the weekend even brighter. Tesla provided release notes for the new FSD Beta update, and the first thing Tesla emphasized was the importance of safety. It asked that members of the FSD Beta program exercise caution while operating the newly updated software. Full self-driving is in early limited access beta and must be used with additional caution. It may do the wrong thing at the worst time, so you must always keep your hands on the wheel and pay extra attention to the road. Do not become complacent. When full self-driving is enabled, your vehicle will make lane changes off-highway, select forks to follow your navigation route, navigate around other vehicles and objects, and make left and right turns. Use full self-driving in limited beta only if you pay constant attention to the road, and be prepared to act immediately, especially around blind corners, crossing intersections, and in narrow driving situations. The release notes also mention speed assist improvements which leverage the vehicle's camera to detect speed limit signs in order to improve the accuracy of the speed limit data for highways. In the tweet below, Tesla Raj shared additional photos detailing FSD Beta V9's driving visualization improvements and cabin camera. Tesla noted that the driving visualization was improved to better support FSD capabilities. When FSD is engaged, the instrument panel displays an expanded visualization showing the additional surrounding information. The apps on either side of the instrument panel are temporarily dismissed. The driving speed, autopilot availability, autopilot speed setting, and detected speed are moved to the bottom of the instrument panel. Tesla also updated the cabin camera, and it can now determine when a driver isn't attentive and provide audible alerts to remind them to pay attention to the road when autopilot is engaged. This snazzy little update is pretty awesome and will definitely help prevent future careless accidents. Videos. One beta tester, Eli Burton with My Tesla Adventure, shared his video on YouTube and noted in the comments that he would do another one during the daytime when there were more people out and about. At 1:59 into the video, the updated version of FSD Beta predicted the splitting lane while it was still outside of visible view due to the curve in the road, Milano commented. You can absolutely see the quality of the bird's eye view predictions that Andrej Karpathy talked about in his latest presentations. I'm surprised how well it works. That stuff is hard to train neural networks for, amazing. One thing I took notice of was the smoothness compared to the other beta versions. The car seemed a bit more confident with more fluid moves than before. Kim Hackett shared her videos on Twitter and noted that FSD Beta was handling Wesley Street. She explained that she's tested this area before and that it was crazy narrow. One thing Earl, at 28 delays later, who some random Clean Technica writer helped get added to the FSD Beta testing group, noticed was the new UI. He also tweeted that V9 is much more human in a good way. Car properly finds the turn lane in a way that makes sense. Much better. Very hopeful for V9. Tesla Tino shared that he finished 2 5.0-mile drives with the new FSD Beta 9. He noted that he'd published the footage if it's not too dark. He added a clear photo of the visual, and it's stunning. John of Tesla owners of Silicon Valley described the new Tesla Vision visualization as a Picasso artwork, and I have to agree. He added that Tesla Vision is much smoother than anything prior to the new update and that both Elon Musk and Andrej Karpathy knew what they were doing when making the switch from radar to Tesla Vision. John also shared that after 45 minutes of test driving in Tesla Vision, his thoughts were that it was very smooth and that the new visualization is a lot simpler and more artsy. He added that it makes a lot more correction in real time, which means fewer disengagements. Proud of Elon Musk and the Tesla Autopilot team. I think it's really exciting to see technology advancing right before my very eyes and to be here to document it while sharing the excitement of many of my friends who are beta testing the software. I want to echo what John said. Elon Musk and the Tesla team did a spectacular job. While many worried about the switch from radar to vision, the team fully knew what they were doing. By the way, it's Nikola Tesla's birthday. Perhaps it was fate being ironic that Tesla's newest version of FSD beta released today.